Welcome to episode 603, KevinSystrom, co-founder of Instagram. This is an outline of episode 603. There are 3 reasons we study KevinSystrom. First, he's the co-founder of Instagram. With 1 billion users, it's the largest photo-sharing website in the world. Second, his success of Instagram came after a failure first, which led to simplification, dropping 2/3 of functionalities. Third, he's only 35 years old. Let us meet KevinSystrom and Mike Krieger.
I think is amazing is that I believe that you two may have inspired more photography than any 2 humans in the history of the world.
Except for the person that invented photography.
Clap with your neighbor next to you and give a hand to the Instagram founders.
When Mike and I met, we met in college first, and we kind of knew each other for, like a couple of years. But we were both at a stage in our careers when we wanted to go off and do something ourselves. And our first meeting was, where was it? Was it at that breakfast place?
Yep, Just For You Cafe.
Yeah,
He was born in Holliston, Massachusetts in 1983 to upper-middle-class parents. Here is a picture of his parents. In 2006, he graduated with a bachelor degree in Management Science and Engineering from Stanford University. He was 22.
Mike Krieger met while studying at Stanford University. Kevin already had worked at a company called Odeo, which later would become Twitter. He shared a desk with current Twitter CEO Jack Dorsey. Mike had come to Stanford from his native Brazil.
Here's the first photo uploaded to Instagram by KevinSystrom in 2010.
The first Instagram photo was of your girlfriend's foot with a stray dog.
Yeah.
But it was maybe the first filter that was even more consequential.
Had I known that that was going to be the first photo on Instagram and that Instagram would get to this place where it has 500 million people using it around the world monthly, I would have tried a little bit harder. My girlfriend at the time is now my wife. And she said, I'm not going to post photos unless I can make them look great.
So, what is Instagram?
Instagram was a startup idea whose beauty was in its simplicity. Take a single photograph of where you are or what you're doing, share it in real time with the people in your life, and give them an easy button to push to show they like it. That simple idea is now a global community.
No, I think we started, knowing that we wanted to bring this out to the world, but this is kind of beyond our wildest dreams when we were getting started back then.
I remember looking at Mike and being like, I think we're on to something. Meanwhile, he's stressing out trying to keep the servers up, and he's like, maybe.
Now, the 3 close encounters with Mark Zuckerberg. The first encounter, Facebook was a fad.
I was like, cool, he's hacking on a project. He seems really smart.
While he still was in college, Kevin turned down an offer from a young entrepreneur to work at a company he was building. The entrepreneur was Mark Zuckerberg. The company was Facebook.
And I remember meeting one of my mentors, and I was like, hey, should I do this Facebook thing? And I remember the person saying, it's a fad.
The second encounter with Mark Zuckerberg was in 2012. This time, Facebook bought Instagram for $1 billion in stock and cash. It was a legendary payday. Systrom's take was $400 million in less than 2 years as a co-founder.
When Mark Zuckerberg bought your company, he pledged to let you work independently. Has he lived up to that?
Mark has been true to his word and then some. Still to this day, Mark's interaction with the company basically is through meetings with me. And I've learned a tremendous amount from him about our transition to advertising, about our transition to a more global community, about strategy. He's one of the most interesting long-term strategic thinkers I've ever met. Think of it like having the best board member in the world.
Now, third and last encounter with Mark Zuckerberg. That was September 2018, when both KevinSystrom and Mike Krieger resigned from Instagram.
Sarah, what happened? That Facebook is so much more dependent on Instagram now than it ever was because Facebook's own growth is going to slow. They're going to have to spend more to grow in new areas, and the advertising business is thriving. So There's been a lot more attention paid to the ways that Instagram could drive traffic to Facebook. Instagram was very dependent on Facebook for its growth. Now Facebook is becoming more dependent on Instagram.
This is what KevinSystrom says in his statement. We're planning on leaving Instagram to explore our curiosity and creativity again. Building new things requires that we step back, understand what inspires us, and match that with what the world needs. That is what we plan to do. Now, missing from the statement was anything about Mark Zuckerberg.
At the very end, he says, something to the tune of, I wish the best of luck for both companies going forward. Systrom has been historically very stubborn in terms of the product and his vision for it and what he wanted to maintain for the culture. And so, this opens up opportunities for Zuckerberg to do more, to do what he wants, to integrate Instagram. At the same time, it could threaten this kind of unique brand that the company has built.
In September 2019, KevinSystrom is worth $1.5 billion. This is from the $400 million he got from Facebook back in 2012. What have I learned today? First, at age 27, he co-founded Instagram. Second, he turned a failed idea into an instant world sensation by stripping away 2/3 of its functionalities. Third, he had 3 close encounters with Mark Zuckerberg of Facebook. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and leave your questions and comments below. My next video will be KevinSystrom, 9 lessons. Wishing everyone peace and prosperity.